Today is the day that we get the opportunity to teach from the book for the very first time. So I'm super excited about that. It's a pretty cool thing. So we will have our first set of students that we will actually train using my book that I wrote, which is Elite Agents, and it's available on Amazon if you're interested. But as I was reflecting on the lessons from our first class using the book, it was kind of funny. I asked myself a really interesting question, and that was, why did you write the book? And there's lots of people who would probably speculate on why somebody would go out and write a book, and to me it was a little bit it felt almost a little pretentious to say I'm going to go write a book. But here's what I know, that one of the things that I've been teaching real estate agents for many years is, in the absence of a system, you are simply hoping that you remember to do everything in the right order that you are supposed to do. So, for instance, when you go on a listing appointment, what do you do? What is your system for that? When you go and work with buyers, what is your system for that? When you go and do an open house, what is your system for that? And what I found was, when it came to training real estate agents, there's a lot of correlations to just working a real estate career. It was easy for me to be a good trainer when I had one student. It was easy for me to take one coaching client and help them do greater things with their business. When I got 2, it got a little harder, and 3 a little harder, and 4 even a little harder. And then I got to a point where I was busy with it, much like a real estate agent's practice. It's easy to do one open house in your career or one open house a year. But if you're going to do open houses as a part of your lead generation strategy, what is your system to ensure not only that you are competent at that open house, but that you can drive people to it? So when I started asking that tough question, I realized that my system for coaching and training and developing real estate agents was pretty good as long as there was only 1 or 2. I was quite intentional with my actions, but what I also found is I wasn't consistent in the order. And I know that because I actually sat down with multiple people who I had trained to be well over 6-figure income earners and asked them about the order of which the training took place. And they gave me some amazing feedback. And what started off as not going to write a book, just write a training manual that I would work with my coaching clients or the agents that came into my building, turned into what is now this amazing book that we have written. And the feedback on it so far, it has just been awesome. Those of you who have read the book, or mainly brokers, by the way, but those brokers who have gotten copies of the book and given me that feedback, I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it, how humbled I am by the fact that some really amazing people who are very successful have said that they found value in the work that we put out. So thank you. But it goes back, I want to close with this. Anybody can sell a house or 2 or 3 a year. It's not hard. Unfortunately, that's poverty. And it's becoming increasingly harder to be a part-time real estate agent in the world we live in today. The consumer is smarter and savvier than they've ever been, and they don't want somebody who dabbles in real estate helping them with the largest purchase or largest sell of their lives. They don't want to trust somebody who sells a house here or there with their financial security. They don't want to trust somebody to help them win in these ultra competitive markets that we're in. And they're demanding better talent, and they should. The public has a right to demand a better talent, better trained real estate agent. The busier you get, the more important your systems become, because your systems will keep you intentional with your behavior and consistent with that behavior. You probably have already seen at some point we have that written on the walls in our training room: intentional, consistent, humble, and kind. So what we know is that if you're going to make it as a real estate agent, I've got to keep you very intentional and consistent with your behavior. And then if you do those things, eventually I have to remind you to stay humble and kind. Now, in order to be intentional and consistent when you're busy, you've got to have the right system. So all the book represents is my system for developing and training and coaching real estate agents. What are your systems? What are you doing consistently from a lead generation standpoint? What are your lead generation systems? What are your lead conversion systems? What does servicing people at a high level really look like to you? If you don't have the answers to that, you've got to start developing those immediately. Your systems are what you will fall back on when you get busy. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If there's anything I can do for you, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. I look forward to hearing from you guys soon. And again, if you click the link on the YouTube thing here, subscribe and like the thing, because that will tell YouTube that the stuff that I have is worth watching. We'll talk to you guys soon, and have a great day.